live, because I really don't care. Okay. Alright, let me just double check my notes here. Drum 8, fan 6, power 8 at a minute. Okay, I can do that. Drum 8, fan 6, power 6. What did I have? Fan 6, power 6, drum 8. Fan 6, power 6, drum 8. Cool. Minute into the roast, we'll go ahead and boost that to power 8. That should work. Pull after 1 minute 30. Power 8 at a minute. Power 8 now. Okay. And then power 6 at 375 is my next adjustment. Alright, cool. Just sit here for a while then. Rate of rise seems pretty good. It should be going up now that I increased to power 8. Won't really show until about 2 minutes. That's already going. That's good. Cool. Boop-a-doo. Oh wow, rate of rise is in the 30s still. Crazy. That's with the increased fan speed, isn't it? Am I fan 6? Yeah? Wow, okay. Kinda like that. Charge a bit lower. Soak it at a lower temp and then boost the temperature afterwards. Okay. When was the last 300 degrees? Was at 351 on my last roast? We should still make it before. Oh, what up, Gushers? Yeah, so we're roasting again. I had a terrible experience with some coffee today. That, fuck it, we're doing it ourselves. That's best I can surmise. Doing it ourselves again. Like, whew. But heating up unevenly, so what do? Do I... It could be that the drum speed is too high now. That we're getting a lot of convective energy. I don't like the discoloration I'm seeing currently through the window. Like at all. But I might try adjusting the drum down one peg. Next roast. There's definitely some discoloration that I'm not kind of a fan of, to be perfectly honest. We're still not at 300. Okay, we're quite slow. That was to be expected, but I didn't think it would be this slow. It did charge lower. Okay, 429. I'll take it, I guess. Not a fan of this discoloration, actually. What in the world is happening? Some are already very, very, very chocolatey. That has to be scorching then. Where's my fan at? Fan 6? What do I do to fix that? Because we do I charge even lower? So we'll charge. Oh, I don't know about that. Am I at yellowing yet? Sure, we'll call this yellowing. Kind of subjective, but whatever. When was I at 340 last time? Was at 528? What am I at? Okay. These Twitch bots are crazy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do drum 6. 609. I don't like how the beans have been behaving at this higher temp. Yeah, some of them is way too dark. This is probably not going to be a good roast. What happened? So I charged it very low, but is it the P8 that's just too much, maybe? It might be? I don't know. It is a natural though, so I have to be careful. Some of those things are way too dark. Not a fan. Well, we'll keep going and we'll follow the game plan that we have on this roast. You know, I feel like going to P7 now. I'm gonna go to fan 8 now as well. It's a bit early, but something just tells me to do it now. I don't like the unevenness of this roast, but then again, it's a natural, right? Like, there's just going to be unevenness just in general. Hard to say. Okay, approaching that 385 mark, we're going to P4. We'll ride this up until crack. And once we start rolling crack, I'll go down to P3. There's a couple pops there, a couple pops there. Not quite rolling yet. Alright, I'll call crack there and go down to P3 now. Oops. That thing went flying. Okay. So crack was at 9:15. So we're gonna pull it at 10:45. Okay. And then the next one we'll do a minute after crack. We'll go down to P2 just because we're about to pull it anyways. Actually, you know, I'm gonna pull it now. This doesn't feel right. So, actually, quite light. Maybe I could have let that gone all the way down to 10:45. This is really, really, really light. And, you know, I had all those discolorations I was seeing in the beginning, but it seems like everything is kind of uniform, so I don't know. We do have some decently dark ones, which I'm kind of scared about, but overall this is incredibly, incredibly light. I think I freaked myself out for no reason. Couple of Quakers in there, but nothing too crazy. You know what, let me get that Quaker out. So let's see, what am I gonna do on the next roast? We're gonna charge probably the same temperature. We're gonna go down to drum 6. We'll keep the fan at 6. And we'll do basically the same roast with a different drum speed. See if that helps. Wow, just everywhere. Just went everywhere. That's hot still. That's another Quaker. I don't really want to taste you. Come on. Come on. Thank you. I think we'll do drum 6, fan 6, keep the same charge temperature at 360, and then maybe do P8 at like a minute and a half this time instead of 2 minutes. Let's try that. Because I have a decent amount of Quakers in here. Like, this is another Quaker. Jeez. Really light. Yeah, overall, I don't know. Seems fine. Another Quaker. Seems fine though. weigh this bad. So what do we got here? Okay. So let's go ahead and hit edit. We started at 400 and we're at probably 345, honestly, because I lost beans. So 14% weight loss, sure. Yellow's good, first crack's good, end of roasting's good. Rate of rise curve looks actually fantastic, and I didn't really do anything. Huh. Okay. I don't care recipe. Okay, let's go back to preheating, and I have to wait basically for this thing to cool. Ooh, that's just pleasant. Like, you can taste some sweetness when you bite into the bean. It tastes completely different than the beans I got earlier today. Wow, that is tastes pleasant. Dying. I'm dying. Okay. Alright, while we wait for this thing to cool, what are we doing different? We are doing drumsticks in the beginning. We're going to do P8 at 1.5 minutes. I think it was like 365 that I did that. 385 for P4 line. Crack P3 is fine. Crack will pull when feels right. Let me go back to that old roast history. I should probably name this correct anyways. So this was a Ethiopia Halo Bariti. And how long did I do this? Let me update my notes. Very low development time. Crack was 9:15. Pull was 10:34. $52, 34, 12. Very low development time, honestly. That's very, very light. Like, I was scared based off the external bean temperature, but that seems very, very light. I think... I don't know if I want to pull any lighter than that. It's hard to say, like... Do I bait myself and try to go for a higher development time? And just introduce more roasty flavors? I don't know. Pull when feels right. You know, I think that's basically sums up the situation right now. It's just pull when it feels right, you know? Be the Bean Whisperer. 808. It is definitely less aggressive heating. Still pulling at that 10:30 mark. I might be able to take this next roast a bit longer. I don't know. It's hard because it's a natural. We're almost done preheating, so that's good. Huh. For the bullet, to actually like use it, not very hard at all. Like, it's pretty receptive to what you do. You just kind of set it, forget it, let it do its thing. You don't have nearly as much control like as gas or air intake and stuff like that, but you know, like going between different fan settings and going through different power settings and the drum speed settings, it's very, very simple. And like everything I've done through the bullet's kind of been pretty good. The learning curve mostly is just coffee roasting in general, but that's been fun. Maybe more want to upgrade. I'm lucky because I never actually used a Be More, but if you can get good coffee in a Be More now, then you can learn a bullet like super fast. Especially with the roasting software, like you can basically just see all the temperatures and make all your micro adjustments as you really need. But yeah, no, I love the machine, honestly. It is quite nice. Almost at our target temp, so that's pretty good. Let me go ahead and weigh out the next batch. Come on. 400 grams. There we go. And we are charged. Perfect timing. Okay. And we are doing 666, right? I think so. Thing has started. Go down to fan 6, drum 6. Perfect. Okie doke. So usually with Sweet Maria's, grab beans from there. There's a local micro roastering company that my buddy found some good coffee from. So we tried out, I think it's called Happy Mug Coffee. So we're trying out their beans right now. And then my cousin actually has a coffee company, and he knows a few farms that we're going to try reaching out to basically once we learn how to roast coffee correctly. I know, I feel like my expectations for coffee is a little too high, but when I finally get that good cup, finally get that dragon, I'm going to be happy. How long have we been in? Almost going time to go to P8. So the coffee beans that we're roasting today, right now, is a natural that we got from Happy Mug. And then older beans on the YouTube channel were... let me go P8 really quick while I have this thought. From Sweet Maria. Okay. Let's see. I don't see that discoloration I did last time, so I think that might have been it. Keep going there. Rate of rise is already extremely high. I guess that's just because we're doing a back-to-back roast. A lot more thermal energy built up in the roaster from the first roast, and that's going to affect it quite a lot, actually. Okay, well now let's just wait and see. And our drum speed is different, so that's going to do a lot of different changes as well. Let's see, 429 was our last time to 300. Let's see. The current wow, our rate of rise is insanely high. Okay, that was an outlier. Good. I was scared for a second there. There's some still discoloration. I'm on fan 8, right? No, I'm on fan 6. I might need to start using more fan for these African coffees because they're so dense. Just to get more even heat on them. I don't know. Hard to say. It's not as bad as last time. Yeah, that seems to be going fine. We'll leave it like that. Okay. Now we're almost at 300? Almost. Probably another minute. So maybe like 440, just because it should be slower, technically. Rate of rises all over the place. Pull was like a minute and 15. Kind of want to use only a minute on the pull. Naturals are just so different when they go into the roaster. I might have to pull the charge temperature. $300 is at 427. So we're faster. So I wonder if that's the drum speed that we're faster, or just because we're doing a back-to-back roast that we're faster. Interesting. I wanted this one to be slower than last time. Might have to go back up to that drum 8 then for the next roast. It's not quite yellowing, it's still quite green. It is weird because it's like super bright green and there's some brown ones. Our end product is pretty consistent. Yellowing is so weird to actually mark, to be perfectly honest. It's highly subjective. Yeah, I'll call yellowing here. Like my least favorite marker when roasting coffee. Oh. Better view. About there. Going on 340. That is going to be at 608. So we are a second faster than the last roast. I think, what, 365 is when I put down the P6 and Fans 8. Okay. Just kind of chilling. Again, do I want to pull this earlier, or do I want to let it go? Or do I want to, like, pull it based on spacing between cracks? I think I want to pull it between spacing on cracks. Go down to P6 and fan 8. And like, am I putting in too much air is also the question. Because this much air dries out the outside of the bean, so it could lead to some baked flavors. So like, should I do high fan early, go to low fan, and then go to high fan? Or just keep a consistent fan? So many variables. So many variables. I need to buy more coffee, is basically what this is telling me. Because I only really get 2 roasts of the same bean with how much I've been buying. I need to buy more coffee. Hopefully one of these roasts is quite good. Makes me want to buy more of that same bean. And then I can do a little more experiments like more fan speed adjustments. But getting to that 385 mark. We'll go down to P6 just to prepare for the crack. Or P4. Going down to P4 now. Cool. And then once we hit rolling crack, we'll go ahead and go down to P3. The last crack was at 9:15. We're at 8:45. Okay. So we did that adjustment about 30-ish seconds. There's an outlier crack. That's good. Waiting on that roll. Those are some close together cracks. Not quite rolling yet, though. I'll call crack there, and we'll go down to P3. So where did I call that crack? 9:14. So a second faster. Yeah, around the same time. I'm going to pull it when it feels right, so I'm going to get next and just basically hear this. This stuff is just rolling. Yeah, we'll pull it here. Okie doke. So, kind of approaching medium, honestly. But I wanted to basically let every bean kind of crack. It rolled. It was basically like non-stop cracking that entire time though once I hit that crack button. Like it didn't slow down at all. It was a rolling crack. It was just crack, 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 crack the entire time. And it basically pulled it when it just started to slow down between cracks. It was going from like crack, 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 crack to crack, 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 crack is when I pulled it. I think that was a pretty good time, honestly speaking. Like it's still very light. Might be a little past where you would want an Ethiopian coffee. It's a lot more uniform than last time. Fewer Quakers as well. So we'll go for that first roast. Will be our lighter roast of the two, and this is going to be our more developed roast of the two. And see which one cups better. feel it. Still quite hot. There's a Quaker. Yeah, that was definitely a Quaker. Tastes like nuts. Not a good flavor, though. It's like tastes like baked roasted nut. But it's not a very pleasant flavor when it comes from coffee, in my opinion. I absolutely hate that, like, another Quaker. Not a fan. Okay, that should be cool enough. Measure these out. Okay, 343. So that is a bit darker. Storage process. Right now. Sorry, I got some coffee bits in my throat. I'm just putting in some Tupperware. Something airtight. I gas them out like every night just to make sure that the carbon dioxide escapes while they're degassing. And I basically cup them 4 to 6 days after the roast, just to make sure that the flavor is stable. Because there are times where I taste it too early, taste it too late, but mostly I usually taste it too early. But yeah, they're just in airtight containers right now, just to stay fresh. So let me see what we have here. So we started at 400, we went down to 343. 1116 was the pull. Should use my pen. Profile. This was Halo Bariti number 2. 380 was at 811. It was 503118. So I did get that extra development that I was looking for. Let me go to my old roast. That's current roasts. I want roast history. Let's see. Yeah, so it's 400 to 345. This one was 400 to 343. So yeah, definitely more developed. Everything else is pretty close. So within a second of like all my markers, which is weird because I thought I changed a lot, but who knows? Maybe the changes are for the good. It'll maybe have a more rounded flavor profile in the cup rather than being harsh. So we shall see there. Let me go ahead and overlay this, just because I would like to compare the two. Pretty spot on. Like, the curves look pretty much identical. Huh. You can definitely tell one did end up charging higher than the other. And I think that was, yeah, that's the current roast that I have. Just due to having the extra thermal energy in the roaster, because it's a back-to-back roast. But You know, overall, the trajectory is pretty similar. The bean temperature at pull is pretty similar. Well, actually, no, I pulled that here. So yeah, we did get that extra development time. That's why it looks like it evened out. The overall roast curve, though, pretty much spot on. It looks pretty controlled, even though I didn't mean to. Like, I didn't make very many adjustments to try to make this as controlled as it looks, so that's kind of nice. Cool. Well, those are the 2 roasts I'm going to do today. Because if I roast more coffee, I'm going to have way too much coffee. But hopefully one of these leads to something good in the cup, and then we can use what we learned today on the next roast. Anyways, if you're here, thank you.